Bitte nicht.
Ja, komm. Genau.
Und der Ton.
Gott sei Dank habe ich 2 Strumpfhosen.
Erste Reihe. Hoi.
Hallo.
Warum habt ihr die Wunderkerzen?
Das war der Lass meine Kamera weg.
Hallo. Oh, Entschuldigung. Hallo. Nein. Northern Lights. Solange Max da steht, lass doch hier stehen.
Ich muss hier leider stehen.
Nee, sie muss das.
Ja, habe ich.
Hey, Isaac.
Yo, bitch.
Whoa. I'm still so excited from all the things I just read over there. So I have to collect myself. First of all, it was worth it that you all came outside because we have a valid result. And as also today is very, like I got up on a good foot. I think that could be an English saying. So I remember when I was LCP. Yes, of course. Back when I was LCP, first my MCP held, I think, at least a 20-minute speech, and then the chair continued, and then I don't know, like it was very long. I know I had like the LCP from Münster on my shoulders, and she was not heavy, but at some point, yeah. So, anyways. I will keep it a little bit shorter, but of course I still want to like use my last moment as the only MCP of icing in Germany to remind us one more time why this moment is actually so special. 1 year and 3 weeks ago was the moment when I actually decided that I would run for MCP. It was 3 days before the application, and I was still not sure whether or not I should take the decision and apply for MCP. So I knew I had to talk to somebody who would actually challenge me more than anybody else. And I picked for that a very good friend of mine and a very good advisor who I knew would put things that I was not sure yet about in a very different perspective. My dad. So I drove to Munich, and I still have it like very, very vividly in front of me how we met in this cafe. And I already know, like I started off with like, you know, how's everything going? And then I told him I'm thinking about running for MCP again. And I could see how he like tensed up already. Again, you're still thinking about it. So I explained to him like why I wanted to run. And he started going, first of all, he started going from the direction, yes, but you know, like you need to have a career and da-da-da-da-da. And that was interesting. It very fast turned from an Max, this is the best choice for your life topic to a relevance of ISIC discussion. Because my dad, so he's a person who complains a lot about things he doesn't like, a lot of things he wants to see differently in society. But then when I told him I actually want to step up for a leadership position that's all about making a difference, he told me I should go the normal way and not make a difference. And in that moment, I had all the clarity I needed to go back and write my application. It wasn't for my dad, but the discussion I had with him showed me why this is the most relevant thing I can do. So I went back, I wrote the application, I shot the video. It was actually in Berlin. Like, it was very short time, you can imagine. It was like, some might remember I was in this nice, like, old uncle chair. I was sitting there with my espresso cup. It was really weird, the video. But it wasn't, I put the core of what I wanted to stand for into this application. 2 weeks passed, I went to WMV. I came here, and I still remember I was like walking over there. You can't see it now, but there's like this hut. And I was walking up the mountain. It was snowy, so I was walking up and down, like thinking, what do I want to bring across? I was reflecting again what was happening the year before. So what was the core I wanted to stand for? And none of you has gone through the process the two candidates have gone through. It's an ISIC experience in itself. It's the most 4 intense days you can have. Because first of all, you are constantly challenging yourself. You are constantly getting challenged by others. And you don't get challenged on some superficial ideas. You get challenged on who you are and what you stand for. You get challenged on the very core. You put all your vulnerability out there. What is most dear to you, and this is what you get challenged on. And that's tough, but it's good. Because it makes you realize, what is the core, what is this essence you want to stand for as MCP of ISIC in Germany. And since that day I got elected, I promise you, an MCP experience is not easy. But that core I found here has been a guide throughout my whole journey. And it's the thing that also today reminds me every day when I get up, well, I want to give everything I can to move ISIC in Germany forward. Why I care so much about this beautiful organization. About an organization, like I told you before, I love my job, and I also told you it's about privilege and responsibility. And it sounds so, privilege, this big word, and responsibility is other big word. But privilege means it's a gift that is given to you to lead ISIC in Germany. It's a gift to have the opportunity to move this organization forward that has a goal like no other. Like a peaceful world where everybody has a fulfilled life. Yes, it's fluffy, and I don't care how often I say it. I mean, people look at me, it's coming again. Honestly, I don't care about it anymore because I think it's beautiful. It's a beautiful goal. And you stand up every day to make it a reality. It's a gift to stand up and know you don't get up for yourself. You don't get up only for your team. You don't get up only for the people you lead. But you get up for something way greater than yourself. And this idea is driving me every day. But it's not just a gift, a privilege. It also gives you responsibility. Responsibility in the sense that 1 year ago, I was in a plenary, I was in Q&As, I was standing there in front of your predecessors to become the next MCP of ISIC in Germany. And I gave them a promise. I gave them a promise by what I said and by what they elected me for, that I will make the ISIC they dream of reality. So every day where I don't get up to give my very best, I break a promise I've given last year to people who trusted me. So when in a few moments, your two amazing MCP candidates are coming out here, and you will give the biggest appreciation you have ever given to someone, I want you to have in mind that they stood up to give everything they can for this organization. Not just from the moment on they would be MCP, but on every single day they've spent, every single day in the process, they've given their full heart, every single bit of energy they have to show you that they want to take Isaac in Germany to a totally new level. I'm sorry. Yes, I'm still very touched by all the things I read. So my emotional side coming through. Oh my God. So to break this up, and then no.
It's Pippi.
You can't see it.
Move on further, there's nothing to see.
So I don't want to hold you back so much longer, but I want the candidates to hear us very, very loud. I want to hear them what kind of Isaac Germany they stood up for, what kind of Isaac Germany they stood up for to lead in the next generation. So, as loud as you can. Proud to be! Isaac in Germany! Proud to motherfucking be! Isaac in Germany! Get the candidates out here! I kind of tricked them. Told them once you're out here, we will start with the announcement, but I have also to make you a few more minutes wait. So I want you to close your eyes. And I want you to cherish this moment. I want you to think back to the moment that you described yesterday. The moment that triggered you to decide that you would apply for MCP advising in Germany. I want you to envision that situation, the room you were in, what you were thinking, maybe what you were reading, who you were having conversations with. I want you to see the essence, the trigger that made you take the final step to start writing the applications. I want you to remember how you started opening the application book, reading question through question, starting conversations with people, starting validating your ideas, starting getting into, starting slowly putting in the first notes beneath those questions, opening the text, shooting your video, hitting the send button. I want you to feel those 2 weeks waiting for the import to arrive. Getting ready for your most intense Isaac experience so far. The moment arriving on the site both of you have been before, but in very different conditions. On the first day, your intro, your case study, all the thoughts that went into it, all the decisions you made, for those 10 minutes that you presented to the plenary. I want you to remember the feeling when you left the room after all those questions, knowing that 2 more days are to come with regional Q&A, with panel discussion and speech. Getting up in the morning, ready to face 6 regions and an MC round. To face all the questions, the random ones, and the serious ones, the more easy ones and the more challenging ones. Facing case studies and simulations. Getting out of those rooms with clarity, with answers, and with more questions. Moving on to discussion, where both of you for sure showed that you don't mind to have a disagreement. Where you showed you deeply care about not just an IC, but in the world you live in. Leaving this panel discussion, knowing that tomorrow is going to be the final day of this experience, preparing your speech, try running, retexting, and living, envisioning the moment when you would stood in the plenary to put all your heart, to put all yourself out there and lay it open in front of the whole plenary so they can see what is the essence, what is the core of Anna, what is the core of Johannes that will make them the right MCP for Heising in Germany in the term 1617. I want you to condense already now this experience because I've lived through it 2 times, and I know that just the experience itself is a very cherishful thing to have, because no matter what's going to happen in a few moments, this experience has already made you a greater leader. This experience has made you explore your core, what you stand for and what you want to stand up for. And no matter what your next step will be, you for sure will make a difference in the world you want to see. Open your eyes. A very dear friend of mine 1 year ago said, and she repeated it in June, that she's giving to me the most precious thing she has in her life. An organization that she'd been leading and shaping for a whole year. Now I want to thank you. I want to thank you both for already now standing up and taking on the challenge to prove that you want to be the one who's taking on this precious thing called Isaac to make it better and bigger. I want you all to look at your 2 candidates again. I hope you lived their experience together with them. Because if you talk about leadership, then look at the 2 people in front of you. Because what leadership boils down to is to know what you want to stand for and then actually stand up for it. So give the 2 of them the applause leadership deserves.
MCP, 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 MCP.
And now, as I want to take care of all of you, I will keep my speech short here and I hand over to Frauke for the actual announcement.
Bist du soweit?
Always.
Magst du überhaupt noch auf dem Stuhl?
Okay, like I will not hold a speech, don't worry. I just want you to make like a really, really, really big drum roll and now like really loud. Sorry. Give it up for your next MCP!
Pass auf das Kabel auf. Kabel aufpassen. Oh, Vorsicht.
Keine Vermeidung.
So, du hast jetzt die So, Ines, jetzt ist Zeit zum Sharing. Ich habe jetzt wird man den Action
Sorry, you got in your eyes.
MCP, MCP.
We need to practice this.
Was ist der Stream noch an?
Bin ich heilig.
Oh ja.
Es wird gesagt, wer kann auch mal MCP werden. Deshalb.
Morgen, ja? Bleib mal stehen, Alter! Geh nach Hause rein!
Du geht's weg!
Ja, genau. Das ist jetzt ausgeschaltet.
Hallo, mein Name ist Berlion und wir haben einen neuen MCP, Johannes Schneider. Ich wünsche euch noch viel Spaß. Nochmal hallo.
Die beste Ausdisziplin aller Zeiten.
Hier schauen 57 Leute zu.
was?
57 Leute schauen jetzt zu.
We love the OCP, we do.
Yeah, we do.
OCP, OCP, OCP. The German live stream. You have to say hello to the German live stream. Hello.
Hello! We have a new MCP! Woo!
Hallo Johanna Warnecke. Warum nimmt eine Blondine ihre Pille? Damit sie weiß, welcher Wochentag ist.
Johannes, I need to interrupt you here. So, just like for sure, there's still one official card missing. Johannes, I ask you, do you take the election?
Ja, ich will.
Okay. And guys, so I guess it's a good idea to go back inside again, otherwise everyone will be sick tomorrow.
So I hope you enjoyed the live stream. So
Goodbye from the OC.
yeah, goodbye from the OC.
Vielen Dank fürs Zuschauen.
Thank you for watching.
Good night.
Tune in next year at the next MCP election. Maybe with them.
Bayerische Grüße. Hallo.
Und ich will meine Mami auch noch grüßen.
So geil.
Ich hoffe, ihr habt es wärmer als wir gerade. Oh, nö.
Eigentlich habe ich keinen Bock drauf.
Max, last words to our live stream. Good night. Goodbye.
Okay.